Sunday Struggle Podcast. The Sunday Struggle Podcast. The Sunday Struggle Podcast. Say here. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hello. I can't even hear it. Okay.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. It's recording. Yay!
Hello. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 11
11.
of the Sunday Struggle Podcast.
Oh, dude. Okay. She was practicing. You could tell she practiced
Well, I
for
was
that.
just watching The Greatest Showman. So
Oh,
that's why.
okay. I was just, for some reason I got push it to the
Hey,
that song goes crazy.
it does. I just also watched Miracle. Nick made me watch Miracle, the hockey movie.
I don't even think I've seen that.
You should. It was actually pretty good. I was in there hyped like I was in the stands, and I was like, you could not take me to a hockey match. I'd be over here screaming.
Oh, it's fun.
I'd be screaming. I was already screaming at the TV, and I wasn't even there, and it's a movie.
We have the checkers here, like the checkers games.
Oh, we have a hockey team?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I used to go when I was a kid, actually. It's fun.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll
Yeah.
think about it. All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Sunday Struggle. This week is just a 2024 resolutions kind of update, what we want to do this year, what we want to accomplish, how our year's gone so far, because we're already a month in, basically.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? We'll rock, paper, scissors it out. Best out of one. Winner.
Don't edit this out of context. Okay. Rock.
Is it winner goes first or loser goes first?
Winner goes first, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Rock,
Alright.
paper, scissors, shoot.
All right. So, okay. Update on New Year's. So, what do I even say? It's not even like, I mean, I'm just kind of pretty much the same thing. Like, not much is different. Just getting back into like good habits that I had before. Have like some goals. Like, so in 2023, I went from 270 pounds to 200 and my lowest was 224. So
Round of applause.
I'm trying to go to about like 200 or under that this year. So that's a big goal. And like I've been doing research on like how much I should work out, what I should be doing, like eating, how much protein I should be eating, and like all the shit. So it's yeah, I mean, 'cause I know where I want to be, and I know it's gonna take a minute, but yeah. And then I started reading a lot again. I have the Percy Jackson series to get me back into it. I already finished the first book after like a few days, so now I'm on the second book, but it's just I read it like I think twice when I was a kid, so just a good series to read. I'm also trying to just get off of my phone. That's a huge thing. Like I notice like when I'm just chilling, it's always like something that I want to do on my phone, but I can't find it, you know, like it's like you're kind of like bored, but you're just like looking for something to do on your phone. So it's like now I just am trying to stop doing that. So like I changed my phone to black and white so that it's not as much like visual stimulation, because I heard a lot of people talking about that. So we'll see. I just started doing that. We'll see if it actually makes a difference.
Yeah, we'll check in like a week or two.
Yeah, honestly. But I'm trying to think any like there's stuff I can't talk about because we're going to talk about in the next episode.
Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, not really much has changed. Yeah. So what about you?
I'm also on the health kick. I think the heaviest I would say probably, I think this year I've started my workout process at the end of December. I think my starting weight was 155 and some change. I'm already my last check-in was Friday. I'm already at 151.
Let's go.
So that's good. Working on that. Definitely eating healthy is definitely hard. Well, I typically always eat healthy. That's not a problem with me. I can eat healthy. I can do that type of grind. I'm really good at eating healthy and doing that stuff. It's the amount of protein I have to eat a day, like 100 grams minimum. I'm like, that's a lot. And so now I have a new like what I eat for breakfast and a lunch, and I'm not getting enough food. And I just started putting in working out. I do yoga so far. yoga and with my dad. Shout out to my dad for doing yoga with me. We got 30 days of yoga to do. Challenge that we're doing. We'll do it tomorrow. When this comes out, I'll do my yoga with my dad tomorrow. What else? I actually also am into reading. Last year, I think in the midsummer, I was really into reading, and I read like 9 books in 1 month. And then at the end, like towards November, December, I read probably like over 10. And I was like, okay. So now this year, my goal is to read about 100 books this year.
100?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, keep in mind, I have already so far this year have already read probably, and keep in mind it's January, when this is coming out, it's going to be January 20th when this comes out. I've already read, I think, like 5 or 6, and I just bought 9 books to read, and that will last me probably January, like the end of February maybe, because I finished reading a book, like it takes me a day and a half to 2 days, like 3 max to finish a book. So 3 days, that's about 2 books, maybe 3 books a week, if I'm really persistent.
So wait, how many pages are these books?
Most of them are over 300, so 300 and plus. Like I have like a really stacked book. I think I've already read, like, for the readers out there, I'm in my romance era. Okay, that's what I'm reading, and that's why it's taking me so quickly, right? My dad, though, he read Ace of Spades, which is what I'm reading now. It's taking me the longest time to read it, like the longest time, because I'm such on a romance grind. All of my books are romance or by the same authors that I like, that I've, come to like. And this one just isn't in that genre. It's a drama. And so it's taken me a long time. I'm only not even I'm on like the 4th chapter, and I've read twice, and I normally go home and read every day. And with that, I realized that when I read, and I'm consistent with my reading, because I now have, I think last time we talked about it was like doing Audible, and I've now do both. I will, depending on the book, I'll listen and I'll read it at the same time. And so this book is taking me a lot longer, but I am getting through it. And I've realized that I don't watch as much TV anymore, because I'll go home and I'll have like the thing where I'm like, even if I'm at work, I'm like, I wish I was reading, or like,
Yeah.
And I also like reading I've tried that to help me get to sleep at night, go to sleep a little earlier, because it makes me sleepy. So
yeah.
I'm more able to be like, you know what, I'm done reading for the night and sleep. So that's going well. What else for this year? I have a couple vacations that I'm excited about. Not really a goal, but gonna have fun, I hope.
Expensive vacations.
Yeah, it is very.
We have
Well,
talked
only
about
one is
them.
expensive. Canada's not an expensive vacation.
No, yeah. We got our Canada merch on again.
Yep.
We're just a Canadian podcast, I guess.
We just are. We're repping Canada through and through. The wear is so comfortable. It's really warm. You're never cold.
Just like the people.
There you go. Exactly. And I can attest, because I have Jeremy as a friend, and my fiance is Canadian, and they're the sweetest people. Lord, the sweetest people in the world. So yeah, I have a trip to Spain in June, and then I have a trip to Canada in August, and so there's also that. Maybe getting stuff started to go back to go to school for sonography. Thinking into that this year. Yeah, just getting healthy habits. Exploring, trying to do better with my budgeting and life, like stabilization. One of the books on my list that my dad is gonna have me read is the 5 a.m. Club, and I hadn't.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
I hadn't read it, and he reads. He's a true for that one, and so that should probably help. But I hadn't read it yet, so we'll see.
We should change it to the 6:30 a.m. club.
Why?
Just a better time.
It is a better time. I wake up at 6:30 every day, but I leave my house by 6:50, so it's not enough time for me. So I would probably have to wake up at 5 a.m. to get like my workout, breakfast, all my morning stuff done.
Yeah.
To get your day started.
Yeah. I've been sleeping more, because I realized that I wasn't really sleeping as much as I should be, because if
you're true on sleeping, that you're like you need to get some sleep kind of person.
Well, because it's literally the most important part of human existence besides eating and drinking water. So I mean, because there's also this one dude who I don't know if you heard about it, he's he sold like a company for like hundreds of millions of dollars, and then now he's spending all of his money on devoting himself to de-aging.
Oh,
So like
haven't
trying to
heard that.
unage himself.
Mm-hmm.
And so apparently it's somewhat working. And he's like I think he's in his 40s
Oh,
and
okay.
like but you know, he says it's the worst shit ever, like he hates it, but like it's literally like he's treating himself as an experiment and spending like I think he said upwards of $1 to $2 million a month
Oh wow.
just on like nutritionists, like all the different people who watch everything. Like he has all the machines and all the workout routine, and like he says like sleep is the most important thing. He has a room
Yeah.
that is completely empty. It's literally just a bed in there. There's no books, no nothing. It's his sleep room.
Yeah,
Like-
I did hear that. So my dad, we did like back when I lived in the house with my dad, we did something called the Gym Quick. It was like a program my dad did, which is how to better your mind and use your mind to the max capacity. And Gym Quick, definitely learned that from my dad. It was great. Very meaningful and very useful stuff. A lot of like when he watches this, I still know the sunshine list, and you can test me on it on Sunday, but there's like a list that they teach you like how to make associations and how to make their life easier. Until this day, my sister can do it, my dad can do it. We can name like the 20, is it 21? I think it's 20 or 21 like things that was associated with, and it shows how better like our memory has gotten. And one of the things we learned was that your room is your temple. So if you do stuff in your room that you're not supposed to do, like for instance sleeping, right? Your room is to sleep, to rest. If you start doing homework in your room, then your body associates that as that's where you do homework. And that in high school, I was an insomniac. You know, I still am an insomniac. And it's very hard for me to sleep, because I used to do my homework on my bed, and I used to and I spent a lot of my time in my room doing homework. And so when it was time to go to sleep, my body was then active, like, well, why are we not doing this? And so that's like my dad, like Gym Quick. My dad does a lot of brain stuff from Gym Quick, and he's like really healthy, and he learned a lot, and a lot of the health stuff and like body stuff that I learn is from my dad, because he learns from other people. And he's really good on reading books like that and doing programs like that, and it works great for him. And it's very true, it works great when I apply it to my life. I'm getting back into it though, but it does work. So the guy who does the de-aging, I'm sure it does work. Like sleep is very important.
Yeah, and he even stops drinking water at a certain point.
Oh wow.
So like I think he said like 10 hours before or something like that, before sleeping, he will not drink water.
Wow.
Because he doesn't want interruptions, like getting out of REM. Because he was saying like literally he said like sleep is the most important part of this. Like they're eating and all this stuff, exercise is definitely a huge part, but like 50% of it is just sleeping.
Yeah.
Like so once I kind of saw that and like thought about it, I was like, yeah, I mean, granted I do want to have a morning routine and like you know, whatever, but also the thing I learned is like social media is not real.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a funny thing, because like we know this, but it's like when you look at like all the dudes who are like, I wake up at 4 a.m. and I get up and I get up instantly and I do an hour of harsh exercising while I'm reading 2 books at the same time, and like and it's all this like extra shit, and they're like doing all this stuff, and it's like that is not real.
Yeah.
It's not realistic. It's not
For some it is.
I mean, some people, yes.
Like for me, I need a routine.
For
like
David Goggins, do you know who David
No.
Goggins is? No. Okay, David Goggins is a machine. He was like a Navy SEAL. Like we're just a quick part of his life, because there's a lot of shit. He has like the world records for a lot of exercises. Like he's just very disciplined. He was a SEAL. So he was, I think, 80 pounds overweight to become a SEAL.
Yeah.
He lost it in 3 months.
Ooh.
And
Wow, that's-
did like a really harsh training regimen and like pushed himself through. And he's just a machine. Like he works out all day and like does shit all day, and then will run 100 miles that night. and he'll just do that, and he's just chilling.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
I
So
could
he's
never.
he's just crazy. That's what I mean. So there are some people
Yeah.
who can do that, but it's like you don't. Not everyone is that type of person.
Yeah. So I do understand. Like, so when people like, you know, when you do, like when you read, like you should have a morning routine, you should have, it's normally called, it's your 5 to 9. Is it called that? Your 5 to 9 before your 9 to 5? Yeah. Your
Yeah,
5 to
yeah,
9
yeah.
before your 9 to 5. And for most people, it does work when you have a nice routine. It gets you set up for your day, which also helps you come home and digest your day. Like, I feel like my life isn't well organized and stabilized, where I feel like I get up, because I get up shortly before I have to leave for work, I don't get enough stuff done. So therefore, when I come home, I'm already tired, but I don't have the motivation to do the rest of the stuff I should have did this morning. Like, you know, like, oh, I have to work out and I have to cook
Yep.
and I have to, you know. So I feel like if you have a 9 to 5 or a 5 to 9 before your 9 to 5, it makes the end of your day a lot easier, because you're like, okay, well, I did a lot this morning. I also, like, I breed productivity. For me, myself, feel like I have to be productive in the morning to have a productive day. So, like, if I work out, I'm more likely to eat healthy, right? And I'm more likely to do well during my day. But that also means I'm more likely to go home and have to do something that I want, or like, I'm like, well, I had a good morning, I can finish it with a good night. It just takes a lot of work and discipline. And for some people, it doesn't work like that. Some people are like, nah, I gotta get up at this time, I do this. I feel like everyone has their own morning routine. It's just not a strict regimen of what your morning routine should like include. And most people who are influencers or do stuff, like, I think you can get into the real life and you can see someone's life. Like, some people's lives are like chaotic in the morning, but that's their morning, and that's something they're used to doing, and it's not necessarily productive for their lifestyle or for their health style, but it's productive for their family style and for the lifestyle and the environment they're in. So, like, me and you will have different morning routines, and they'll work, and they won't be the same, and we do different things for different purposes, and
Yeah.
it may work for us. Like, what I do, and so you try it, may not work. What you do and I try it may not work, because we're built different, and therefore we operate on different lanes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely, like, there are things that I know that if I do before work, it will make me more energetic and
Mm.
more, like, ready.
Mhm.
So it's like the biggest thing for me is, like, not wasting time. Like, it's like not watching YouTube and, like, you know, just sitting there. Like, it's like if I get up, stretch, work out, eat a good breakfast, and, like, read or, like, something like that,
Mhm.
if I can get all of that done and a shower, preferably take a little bit of time to do cold shower too, like, then I know, like, by the time I'm heading to work, I'm, like, extremely relaxed. It's like
Yeah.
this weird feeling where it's like,
You're prepped for the day.
yeah, and it's also like you just kind of feel like, I don't know, it's like zen.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's something I only experience once in a while, but
Mhm.
it's like you literally do not give a shit about anything that happens. You almost kind of, like, hit a state.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've experienced this, but you hit a state where it's almost like you just look at everything just moving. Like, it's almost like you see everything like an ocean.
Mm.
The world is just flowing around you, and you're just relaxed. You're just flowing with it. You don't care. You don't have music on. You don't have anything. You're just driving to
Mhm.
work. Like,
You're
like,
in the zone.
yeah, like, I get that, like, sometimes. So
Mhm.
it's like, if I can hit that, that's, like, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I
You're
want.
living your life great.
Yeah.
Day is started. Mood is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But,
I have
yeah.
not experienced that
Okay.
because I'm not on a schedule yet. I'm working on it though.
Yeah. I mean, it takes, and, like, there's a lot of small adjustments and a lot of small things. Like, I mean, I don't have, like, I do this at this time,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like things happen. Like, I live with my mom. I also have 2 dogs, and, like,
Mhm.
one dog will wake up at this time and, like, all this stuff. So it's like, you know, but I feel like, yeah, as long as I hit, like working out is the most important thing, because when I work out in the morning, if I can get, like, at least a 30-minute workout in, like, I just feel way better. It's just and I've heard a lot of people, it's like, that's what they say. And
Mhm.
especially working out outside is something I've started to do. where it's like,
It's cold out there.
yeah, but I mean, but it's like, it's something I've started to do, and it just like feels better. Like you just feel, you breathe the fresh air, like you're outside, you're with nature. It sounds, but what do you know, like it just like feels natural.
Yeah, it does something good for you.
And so, and I've also started like doing more like weights, different types of like workouts. Like I'm not just doing like the same routine, although it was giving me good results. Like I was being kind of lazy for the past like month or two, where I was almost like I had already reached my goal and was just kind of maintaining it. But it's like now I've realized, okay, well, if I want to hit my goal, I can't maintain. I have to like push, like, and it's also when I push, like when you work out and you, not that you make yourself like utterly exhausted, but when you feel, I think that's also what gives me that zen feeling, and I think it would probably do the same for most people, is if you push your body to like, you push it hard, right? You, when you're exercising, your body will relax. Like you take, and when you're done, you take like a nice warm shower. It's almost like your whole body just like it just relaxes.
Nice deep breath. Well, for a lot of people, working out is a mental, like people work out for mental stability. Like it helps a lot with your mental health. For some people, like I feel like I'm more of a morning workout person than an afternoon workout person, but I've been working out in the afternoon, just because I have to work. Because again, I don't want to have to get up at 5 a.m, but I'm working on it. It's just not. I'm just not me.
It's tough.
It is tough.
I don't
like I feel like working out, like it's like finding the relationship between working out and eating healthy, and that healthy balance is hard. And then there's just so much stuff that goes into having a healthy lifestyle. And a lot of the time it's overwhelming. And so like, that's like a big part of like, I think for both of us, where it's like, that's the one thing we're taking off this year. If we can get a nice routine and have it for a while and perfect it, we're good enough with our year that we accomplished something.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, but also, okay, this is something that I've been kind of like realizing is, it's not really about, for me at least, the routine, because there's a lot of stuff that I've like from a bunch of different sources, and there's specifically this one dude I've talked about probably before. His name is Naval. He's a rich dude, like, but he like talks a lot about just peace and like understanding stuff. But he pretty much says, wow, I love when I lose my thought. It's so great. Hold on. He says, we were talking about routines and stuff. Okay. He says having a routine is like, it's not as good for your mental health as you would think, because if you know what you're doing every single day, of like pretty much every hour, you're losing the wonder of existing pretty much.
Opposite. I've heard the opposite. I've heard when you have a routine, or when you have like it, and this I think goes back to Jim Quick. Dad, correct me if I'm wrong when you watch this, but because I heard it from him. Hi, Dad. I heard it from him, but it was, I don't remember who it was from, but it's when you when you go through the world, like every day, you have like a limited amount of options. Say you have a limited amount of like decisions to make, right? So when you have a routine, that's one less option, like one less decision you have to make. Therefore, you have more mental stability for a bigger decision. So if, like, for instance, for me, right, I wear the same thing every day for work. I do not have to worry about what I'm wearing to work, because I wear the same thing every day. That is
same.
Yep, that is the one decision. I'm like, okay, so that makes my morning more effortless, because I don't have to decide, okay, what am I going to wear today, right? So then it helps maybe your time maintenance, and where I'm like, okay, well, that's one easy decision. I now have more mental stability to be like, okay, like if I eat the same thing for breakfast every day, right? My morning is the same, where I don't have to make more decisions. My mental stability to make a bigger decision at the end of my day or in between my day, where I would need more mental stability, is now easier, because I'm like, well, my mental capacity hasn't been over exceeded. I've done simple stuff, and then now I have the mental capacity to make a hard decision, because I'm like, okay, well, I feel like having to make a lot of decisions, at least for me personally, then you're like, I've already done so much today. And then you get easily overwhelmed, because your brain's like, well, this decision this morning led to this, led to that, led to that. If you have a routine where you're like, you know what, this works for me, this works for me, this works for me. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, the same. Outfit, the same. You know, that works for you different. One hiccup in your routine, you're like, okay, it's fine, right? It's no sweat off my back, because then you're not stressed. You know, for me at least, it lessens the amount of stress that I would have. I realize that when I don't have a lot of things lined up and I don't do a lot of things that I would normally do, and it changes how I normally go about my day, I'm more likely to over stress about little things, or that don't need to have be a big decision in my life, or it takes me I'm easily overwhelmed. So for you, it's different than for me. It's like for you, you're like, nah, routine kills my wonder of the day. Me, I'm like, routine helps my time, like my maintenance, my time maintenance, and how I go about my life about making decisions and my mental stability.
Yeah. No, I get that. Like, it's weird, because
it is life. There's so much information out there.
Yeah, and it's like, it's also just so many things I'm learning that contradict like what
Everything.
I thought. Like, it's like also with eating, right? Actually, there was someone who pulled out a study, and like, so there's this guy on YouTube. His name is Jeff Nippard. Very odd last name, I will say. No hate to you, buddy, if you see this. I don't think you will, but yeah.
Shout out to you if you do.
But he's like a really big fitness page on YouTube, and like, he does all of his stuff is science backed. So like, he'll do like, here's the best back workout based off of science. What is going to get you the best gains, blah, blah, blah. And so he did like diets, and he was saying there are studies that prove that eating a flexible diet is actually better in terms of for weight loss.
Yes.
So, you know,
That
instead
I
of
agree with.
eating instead of eating the same thing every single day, if you change up what you're eating, it will help you lose weight.
Yeah.
And then
I work in a
also,
weight loss clinic. I understand that. I get.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, because I feel like with weight loss, most people, and you've experienced this, where you eat the same thing every day.
Yeah.
And it gets boring.
Yes.
But I also feel like once that happens, you hit a plateau where you're like, I don't know, like, I'm doing the same thing every day. My workout is changing maybe, but my eating habits are the same. And I feel like at least for me, a lot of my patients hit a plateau when they're like, I'm not losing weight. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I'm eating what I'm supposed to eat. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and it's just not working. And sometimes it is just you need to be flexible with your diet. And I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to dieting, you don't have to cut out a lot of stuff. Like there are a lot of changes you can make. Like at my job specifically, you know, we have you do a test that tells you how many calories you burn a day. Then we put you in a deficit, and then we have you journal, and we see what you eat. We see what works for you. Right? We have this one, and sometimes we take medication. We have one patient who doesn't take any medication, right? She's not on any medication. She is just doing diet and exercise.
Okay.
And she looks great, losing weight, and she's had to try a lot of different things. And I just talked to her last week, and she's like, I hit a plateau. I don't know where it's happened. And then I saw her the next week, and she says, I'm down a pound and some change. I said, see, you found it. You were in a little box, and now you needed to change something, and she did it. And sometimes it is just your diet. Like, there's so many recipes where you can get them out of protein you need, and that's like the hard part, is like not, like for some people it may work where like, I eat this, and this, and it works for me. I feel like I'd be like, I'm bored of eating the same. Like, I've eaten chicken only since the end of the year. I've only eaten chicken, and I'm over eating chicken. I'm over it. I'm tired of it.
I mean, you see like salmon.
I used to eat salmon. I hadn't had salmon in forever. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Right, because I hit my health diet, and my mentality changed of like being really strict instead of opening my flexibility. Like for lunch, like I no longer take a big lunch. I now take like an adult Lunchable is what I take.
Okay.
So it's like, it used to be like 12 things of salami, because that gives me 12 grams of protein, or 12 slices of salami because it gives me 12 grams of protein. 2 mozzarella sticks because that gives me 14 grams of protein. I do cherry tomatoes, and then I do like some hummus, which gives me 7 grams of protein. Like, then you're like mentally thinking, and I had to check, like, when they were like, you need at least 100 grams of protein. I had to eat a lot of food. Like, my breakfast is like 7 grams of protein because it's a yogurt. It's small, whatever.
You know how you lessen that?
What?
Protein powder.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, so for me, right, you think you have to have a lot of protein?
Yeah.
I have to like 150 to 200 grams a day. Like,
Wow.
if I was like really like doing it. But I mean, you don't have to do that, right?
Yeah.
So like, especially for you know this because you work in this field, but it's
Yes.
like when you gain muscle, you don't need protein to gain muscle.
Yeah.
You will gain muscle.
Mhm.
So but that's the thing, it's like for weight loss it's like recommended. It's like you said with the plateau, it's like, okay, well, if you're not eating enough protein, then boosting your protein will most likely change the fat at least, right?
Mhm.
Because like it's also, that's something I've learned, is not really look at the weight, it's look at the fat. Because it's like I've been the same weight,
Yes.
but my body is different.
Yes.
So it's like that's
There's also
also something, yeah, that I had to learn. There's like so
that
much
is-
stuff
Yeah.
because like
That
yeah,
is hard.
my parents are not into fitness, and I'm not, and I don't really have any like meathead friends, you know, who are like always like, you know, in the gym and stuff. Like I have one, but you know, he's like doing the complete opposite. He's tiny and he's trying to bulk up.
Oh yeah.
So I don't have anybody
Yeah.
who's like, who was started off big
Mhm.
and like is doing what I'm doing. So I mean, it's interesting, but there's like a lot of stuff that I was like, you know, like even the fact that you could eat shit like a good bit, like
And just
you
have
could
a good
eat,
workout
yeah,
regimen.
like you
it
could have
works.
like a burger every day as long as it fits in your caloric like deficit and like everything, like you are fine. And
Yep.
that's like something I had to learn. So yeah, it makes me feel like a lot like I'm almost like okay, like, but
I haven't gotten
now
there yet.
now I have to build a fucking diet. Like now I have to build like that's what I'm going to do tomorrow is like sit down and like build, okay, if I can get 150 grams, I'm probably just going to to start shoot for 100
Yeah, because it's hard.
cuz I don't want to I don't want to like overload myself, and also I'm doing a caloric deficit.
Mhm.
So it's like 2300 calories is a good bit.
That is a lot.
It's a lot, but it's like still for how big I am.
Mhm.
Like it's, you know, it's
Well,
not that much.
I mean, well, because if you eat over the amount of calories, says the test that we do is called an RMR, your rested metabolic rate. It tests how many calories you burn without any extra help. So you come fast to do the test driver. If you eat more, so say like my calories, right? I feel like I would have a low amount. Like I would probably burn a day, I don't know, maybe 1,000, which is really low. You should be burning at least 16 minimum to 18, you know, or more above calories a day. Because if you eat more calories than your body will burn, that just turns into fat, right? And so, finding out like you can eat. I don't pay attention to calories. I'm not in that mindset to pay. You're lucky if because what I used to do, and I might just go back to it, is I used to do Whole30 with my family, and my dad did Whole30 and he looks great. Like my dad, when he eats healthy, like works out consistently, looked great. He lost a lot of weight, looks great, right? But he also sees like I felt it, like I just felt better eating healthy. My body just felt better. My bowels and digestive system was just better. Didn't have anything to worry about. I might just go back to that, like eating healthy and then adding in a workout, because I feel like the stress of having to do the protein and the calorie deficit and I'm like, oh my God, that's so much for me to mentally digest. It's like so much up here. It's like, I'm telling you, and I feel like also that breeds people to have an unhealthy relationship with food.
Yes, it does. There's a lot of studies with that.
I love food. Like I want to have I want it to be healthy. Like when I did Whole30, I would do Whole30 for 30 days. I recommend everyone to do a diet for 30 days. Whole30 was where you couldn't have any grains, any dairy, any like sugars, like processed food or anything.
Yeah.
So you eat grass-fed. So we had grass-fed meat. So my breakfast was typically any of our meals was a meat or a protein, and majority 2 veggies, right? So you have a small protein, 2 veggies.
Extremely clean.
Yes, extremely clean. But at the end of the 30 days, you would add something back in. So for my mom, for instance, right, when she did Whole30, would add in chocolate, made it break out, or her body had a negative reaction.
Yeah.
So she knew that, okay, well, chocolate, that's one thing that my body doesn't like. Or I would add in milk, right? Body didn't like that. Or like I would add in like fats, like processed food. Body didn't like that. And you would be able to see, okay, cool. That's where I need to alter where I'm at, right? I need to alter. Yeah, that's where my body doesn't. And your body will tell you what you don't like, right? My mom had a reaction to chocolate. I've had a reaction. There's certain things my body's just like, nah. processed food, body does not do well with. She's just like, no.
I don't think anybody does really well with like
Yeah,
processed, like heavily processed.
So
foods,
like, and
yeah.
then it's also like you just make small lifestyle changes. So like after Whole30, no dairy. I would do like I used to do my yogurt was coconut milk yogurt instead of regular dairy. My family.
I hate coconut milk.
And yogurt, the so delicious yogurt. I can eat it. Peach.
Okay.
Yeah. Or my ice cream is cashew milk ice cream. You know, but
That
my cheese
sound bad.
is dairy, baby.
Oh yeah.
My cheese.
You can't replace that.
No.
I mean, I hate this. I'm sorry.
Vegan cheese,
Sorry,
absolutely.
vegan. Sorry, but
It's
like,
not happening.
and also, I'm gonna say a controversial take here.
Okay.
Actually, like the shit that like they do for vegans is not even healthily affecting the planet better. So it's like whatever. Like it's like all the packaging and all the shit that they're doing to create the fake shit is doing the same harm as the real shit.
Yeah.
So whatever. That's a hot take.
There you go.
You know, let's
Take it as
hope
you will.
let's hope nobody hates on me for that. Sorry guys, but
this became just really just health. How we're starting to fix our diets, and it's very difficult for us.
yeah, it's tough. It's also taught me to just be more lenient, like not be like all like super, you know, whatever. But also the reason why for you it's like you can do like the like eating healthy and all that and not worrying about calories and protein because you don't have like a, I guess, physique you want to hit. It's more for you just how you feel. You want to feel like...
Yeah, well, mine's also how I look.
Yeah,
but
well, you want to lose weight, but you're not like trying to... I don't know how to describe it. It's like, because for me, I'm trying to look like a boxer. Like, I'm trying to like look pretty shredded, pretty lean.
Okay.
Like, so like there's a reason why I'm being strict.
Yeah, you have different traits.
For you, it's more like you just want to lose some weight and feel better.
Yeah. I want to lose weight.
You're me 2023 when I started, right? And now I'm like, okay, let's cut that.
Well, it's also different body types because you went back to how your body will change. My job does a full breakdown. So every Friday I'll weigh myself and it gives me my free fat mass. It gives me my total body weight. It gives me my BMI. It gives me my muscle mass.
Could you sneak me in?
It gives me all of those things, right?
Yeah.
And so therefore I can track that. Like I went up in my body fat, which is I was like, okay, negative. We're working on that this week, you know?
Yeah.
But I also know like I didn't have a good week. And I realized my first week of just clean eating, not doing any healthy, like not working out or anything, I was like, I feel like I lost weight. And I got on the scale and I did. I lost 2 pounds in 1 week. Great. Right. The next one I was like, didn't do too good. I don't feel like I lost a lot of weight. This week did not do good at all. And I'm like, I don't think I lost weight. And I was like very disheartened about it. I was like, I wasn't doing good. I lost my discipline. I need to get back to it.
Yeah.
I lost weight this week. I was like, okay. I mean, it's only 0.4 pounds, but look.
I mean, it's something. And also healthy is what, like, you're
BMI?
supposed to know, like, healthy weight loss. Isn't it like 1 to 2 pounds a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, is like healthy.
Yeah. 1 to 2 pounds a
and
week.
that's what will help you maintain that weight loss.
Yeah.
But also, like, I mean, if you really want to lose weight, like, what they recommend cardio and weight training together, which because that's one thing I noticed too is like when I was doing one or the other, I was losing weight, but when I did both at the same time, it made a dramatic difference. So, but it's also like that's like the dude, like that's what he talks about, like that's what he recommends. If you're trying to lose weight, like a lot of doctors and people recommend that, you know, it does make a pretty substantial difference between like because strength training versus cardio, you will gain more muscle and you will also it burns calories more, right? Versus cardio, like your basic running a mile versus like half an hour of strength training, whatever. So it's like it's a pretty big difference. But if you do short bursts of cardio with longer strength training sessions, apparently it helps a lot. So I mean, it's funny because when I say it sounds obvious, but it's like you wouldn't like you know, sometimes it's like you wouldn't really think about it like you that
because people typically target, so it's like I feel like if you do more of a HIIT workout, which would technically be a full body workout, that's because it adds strength training. You do a little bit of cardio, you're doing legs. You know, I started off with yoga because we need flexibility and strength because I have obviously arthritis, and for me to do anything, my knees are already weak. I have terrible balance. My ankles
weak.
That's wrong with all my sweater already. Mom, spaghetti. But I have, with arthritis, I have to do knee strengthening, right? So I have to get my body to be able to do any type of weight, right?
Yeah.
Like Nick and I did arms. I did only my like body weight arms, right? And my shoulders hurt. And Nick
Really?
was, like just like doing arm stuff with just like not any weight. My arms hurt. My shoulders hurt so bad. And I was like, oh my God. Rough. We're starting.
You gotta
I also thought I could do humbling experience. I thought I could do a push-up, right? I was like, I was like,
I know that feeling.
I was like, I could do. Nick was like, I can do like 3 push-ups. He was like, oh, okay. And he bet me birria tacos. He was like, every push-up you can do is a taco you can get. And I was like, okay, right. And I was like, I don't have any upper body strength, which I kind of knew, but I was thinking back to like middle school Kennedy who could do a push-up, and it's been a long time.
Yeah.
You know, high school freshman Kennedy, right? I could not even get off the floor. When I tell you I can't even push up. Yep. He's stuck. Okay. I could go down. It's the fact that I could not get back up. And I was like, that's really humbling. I was like, dang, I need to get on that upper body strength.
Yeah, I couldn't do push-ups when I started 2023. I think I can do about maybe 5 to 10 now.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to work on my upper body strength because
especially being heavier. Like for me, it's like my friends who are smaller can just, and I'm like, fuck you, man. Like it took me so long just to get one. Like it's like, but it's also like, here's the thing though. Like when I'm cut, like I'm going to look fucking crazy.
Oh yeah. Incredible.
So compared to like that, like they look good. They're going to look cut just because naturally, but it's like when I'm cut, because I know when I hit where I want to be, I'm going to look crazy because I have like big arms, I have broad shoulders, like a big chest. So I know like when I'm like really ripped, it's going to look sick. So like that's why it's like that's the image there, knowing that I'm getting there because I see it already. Like especially in my upper body. Yeah, like it's like when you start seeing like muscles, like, and you start feeling it and you start seeing your strength, like it's like you're like, oh shit, okay. Whoa. Like now I want to like, damn,
looking good.
Damn, you looking good today, bro. Shit.
I feel the same thing, and it's interesting because the difference between men and women. People always say if you want, to do like for men at least, grow legs, you know, or hit, you know, strengthen your legs. Train with a woman. I did it with Nicholas. Nick and I. First of all, I do not have any balance, and so we did an arm workout. Obviously, he's better than that because Nick just naturally when we fight, if I could put him, like I could put him to sleep with just my legs. My arms.
Wrestle.
Yeah, sorry. When we wrestle.
This is not actual fighting.
when we wrestle, my legs are so much stronger than my arms, which is fine. I mean, he's also 6'3", you know, he's
pretty big.
Yeah, you know. So, but we did also after our arm workout, did a glute workout, and keep in mind I don't have any balance. So me doing like one-legged things is very difficult because I'm flat-footed.
Bulgarian split squats.
We did not do that.
Those are very tough for balance.
Yes,
honestly.
a lot of glute things are tough for balance. And when I tell you, he could not do it, and he was so like not upset, but like, what's going on here? He was like, because the fact that you don't have any balance and you can do it is it's off-putting. I was like, first of all, and I had to teach him like we're working on the mechanics of his RDL because he can't do that, and I'm like, you're gonna have to know that body mechanic to properly do any weightlifting.
You're talking about rear delts?
Yeah, like the
like
Romanian,
a row?
No,
or
like the Romanian deadlift.
Oh yeah.
That mechanic where most people are like, you just push your butt back like you're trying to close a door.
Yeah.
Right. He can't. It's not something he can do. And so I'm like, if you want to weight train, you will have to learn to do that because that's an important body mechanic to not fuck up your back.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting to see. And he was like, the next couple of days, he was like, his legs still hurt. Right. I did yoga the next day with my dad, and so my legs are pretty okay. Like the next day they hurt, but I was like, you know, I worked through it. Normally I'm like, once I'm sore, I'm like, I'm done working out forever.
I don't do leg days.
Some people don't.
I don't need to. My legs are naturally like pretty strong. Like they're pretty shredded. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I feel like I'm like being cocky.
For your own physique, you don't.
Yeah, like honestly, like I don't need to work on my legs because I already do exercise. Like I run I do jump roping and
Mm.
stuff, which like works a lot of
Yeah.
your legs. Like, and so, you know, I don't really feel the need to do legs. And also because my goal is different. My goal
Yeah.
is, I don't, honestly, I could give no shits about what my legs look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I already have like the nice curve in, like I have like the nice kind of definition a little bit. So like, I'm not really thinking about these.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's more literally all up here.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, this is what I want to see.
Mine's full body.
Yeah. See,
It's
so
thinning out these legs. I got chunky little thighs. We just need to tighten them
with your
things
little
up.
knees. your
Right.
little-
Yeah,
little
I need to get my knees back.
smooth knees.
I'm trying to get my knees back so bad. And when I tell people that, they laugh. Like, what does that mean? I'm like, I'm like, I don't like. I want to be able to see my knee bone.
It is kind of funny though when
It's-
you say it.
I do, cause like and even then like with my legs straight or like when I would stand, you can just feel the fat behind your legs, and I've always been a person where I don't
Yeah.
like feeling. I am very uncomfortable if I have any type of extra rolls on me. So when I sleep now, I have little extra rolls. And it's super uncomfortable. So,
Really?
yeah, super. It's always uncomfortable. Like I can't have extra body fat on me. Like on my sides and my back right now, obviously I gained weight, so I have a little extra. It's not defined anymore, and so sleeping is very difficult because when I lay on my side and it's just all crumped up rolls, and I'm like, I can't. It's not comfortable at all. So same thing with my knees. I can just feel the fat back there and on my knees. I'm like, I hate how it looks. It's just not something. I was like, it's gotta go.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. I don't know how I'm gonna get my knees back. I don't know. We're gonna have to.
You'll
Look that
figure
up.
it out. It'll take time.
Yeah.
Like, but also the thing is, I will say this: women weight is crazy to me.
Yes.
Like,
'cause-
it's 10 pounds. You look completely fucking different.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
and different body types too, because we can be the same height. It's interesting. I saw a lady who was like, "This was me when I was 150, right?" And she
Mhm.
did a side by side. She says, "I am still 150," and looked completely different, right? Body's toned out. You know, she's thick.
I
She's
don't
fit.
get it.
Like, and it's interesting because for women at least, it's so hard because everyone wants to look like a certain person.
Yeah.
Right? And it's hard. It's same thing for men. But it's so hard because we want to look like this. Like that looks great, you know? But it's also like being short. Like when I'm short, right? So my BMI right now is 29, right? Cuz I'm 5'1", right?
That's good. That's not bad.
My BMI should be 24. 20 between 20 like 26.
I mean, shit, it's still like 30 something, honestly.
So, but you're also taller. So you have so for me to be short, I have a shorter where all my fat can go. It's very short distance,
yeah.
right? So it's like when I was in high school, 130, I feel like I look good. Like my sister looks good. My sister looks good and she weighs like nothing.
Yeah, see now
A cracker.
Now I understand it now. I don't know why I never put two and two together. Shorter where less fat can go.
Yeah.
So it's like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
So when women who are taller, right, want to work out, like you can a lot of people who come into my job and they're like, I want to lose weight. I'm like, I feel like you look good, but they may not feel good and their BMI says otherwise, right? But there are people who come to my job and who are 5 something and their BMI is in the 60s, right? Because, or in the 50s. I'm like, because you're short.
God damn.
So, and the reason is because they're short. Like, if they were taller, their BMI would be obviously
okay,
different.
Hold on. Sorry. Just give me 2 seconds. I want to calculate when I was my biggest, what my BMI would have been.
So I was like, so yeah. So women's bodies is completely different, and it's like one of those things you just cannot get discouraged with because everyone's going to look different. You have different bone structures, body mechanics, and you're just gonna always look different. Like my thighs are currently big. I'm okay with them if they could just tone out, except for my knees. I want to have pointy knees. I want to have pointy knees.
So, I was 41.8 at my heaviest was my BMI.
Yeah, that's
fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So okay, so
That's
let me
morbid
see.
obesity.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's like,
Well,
and I was 18.
Well, anything considered over 30, which I feel like no one should listen to a BMI because, everyone, again, that's
Well,
just
let me
a number.
put my lowest that I was at. I'm still at a 31. I'm still obese.
That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. I
I feel
get
like
it though.
shouldn't look like at a number though. I feel like a number shouldn't define.
But I will say it makes sense though, because like I still have a lot of fat. Like I'm still at like from what I've seen, I think I'm at a 35 to 40% body. No, I'd say about I'm at 30% body fat, I think
Mhm.
now. So I mean that's still like pretty high. Like
But I
it,
feel like when you gain muscle, that BMI shouldn't matter at that point because you're gonna be. So
I agree, but I
You're wa-
disagree at the same time. It's kind of weird. It's
Yeah.
like because you still have stubborn fat. You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Like so it's like
belly is always.
but I
super
still
fat.
have like a good bit of chunk. Like it's not like and I still have
bit.
my sides like that I have that like that so it's called love handles, is that what it's called? The sides when you got that little side
Well, like your love handles.
little
is,
chunk on the
is,
side.
Yeah, is like in between your like your stomach and your hips is your love handle.
Oh, then never mind, I don't have that.
It's also kind of like your stomach area would be considered like if it's over your hips is considered a fupa.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Fupa.
See,
Yeah.
like I don't have enough stomach fat to where it hangs over anymore, which is nice.
Nice.
So like it's like I don't have like it stops, which
Yeah.
is nice. I didn't have that for a long time, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I just have to like really put my head down and focus and
Yeah.
like it's not that I'm not like it's not like I'm like bad. Like I don't eat a lot of shit.
You
Like, I'm
don't.
not
You're
like
actually pretty good.
like I'm not like
Pretty disciplined with your food.
yeah, like I'm not like crazy. Like it's but it's more just like I know if I where I want to be, it's like I got to actually take it more seriously,
Mhm.
and I haven't been taking it as seriously.
Means like we're just gonna figure out what to do next week.
True.
I take mine 1 week at a time to see like this week ate like shit, but started to work out. Now I'm gonna try eating healthy and working out and see where that takes me. Although
Yeah.
I'm only really doing yoga, but yoga will people downgrade on yoga. Yoga will help you lose weight
It does.
to a degree.
Yeah.
Like it's not like strict. Like
It's
what you're
not-
going for
yeah.
wouldn't work for you. But what I'm going for could help for me because it helps with balance. But you have to use your legs for a lot of it. But you also have to have a lot of core strength.
I mean, it is like I will say
arm strength.
yoga can be pretty taxing. Like it's not
yeah,
like
my dad is better at yoga than I
yeah.
am.
I mean, but I would say like if you're trying to like lose weight,
Yoga
you
is
got to
huge.
do yoga with something.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you know,
Yoga
'cause
can be like your
it's your
intermittent day.
stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so. Oh yeah, and stretching. Oh my gosh, like people undersell stretching. Like
Yeah,
it's
me,
like
I understand
yeah.
stretching.
you got it.
I'm understanding now.
Yeah, it even in our early 20s, it's like hey, like
Every morning.
yeah, can throughout the day,
Yeah.
you know, just like it's just extremely important. Like you feel so much better. Just simple stretches, like you stretch
Also
your
helps your
body
body.
for
Yeah.
like 5-10 minutes, and you're just like, oh, okay, I feel loosey goosey,
That
I'm
crack in
ready.
that- My
Yeah.
shoulders don't hurt.
Yeah, I'm like ooh,
I'm feeling
yeah.
good. Oh yeah. Also, like I can see like just this week, like doing yoga, stretching, and consistently doing it helps with like my like just the fact of the amount of soreness you have when after you work out
Yeah.
as well.
It,
Like
it
so, I
does help.
typically like we'll do a stretch, maybe a workout. Like I'll do a yoga stretch and then do some more yoga, like a more in-depth yoga, and then or a workout, and then I'll try to stretch at least whatever body part is irritating me the most after yoga or after my workout.
Yeah, I just do the same stretches because I know what like kind of works for me now. And also like I mean, Dave gave me like a really good stretch too, like because when you're doing let's say like a chest press, you know how you can kind of feel in that divot.
Yes.
So like he gave me like that stretch where you just kind of like throw it, you know,
Like
Like,
or where you
yeah, like I can't do it here because there's a wall,
Yeah, where
but
you
like
just
you
go
like
that.
throw, yeah. So like, you know, he told me to start doing stuff like that because funny enough, Dave was like really into working out for a short period of time. So like he knows
see
a
that.
decent bit of it.
Also, there's a lot of emotions here. There's a technique you can do that most people will cry with, but you're supposed to like rub really hard right here, right?
Where?
Like right here, right? You're supposed to rub really hard, like in that shoulder. It hurts, right? Rub really hard for a long period of time.
Oh, right here. Oh,
Yeah, you
Oh.
see it
Oh.
tense and it hurts, right? And then you're supposed to pull it out, right? And then down your body, like down your arm, right? And typically some people start to cry. I'll send you the video of how to do it. You look
Oh, I'm
so
feeling it.
you
it's
look
so weird.
it hurts. It hurts. Like I'm not even pressing hard and it hurts, right?
Ugh.
And you keep and people also like you keep a lot of emotions in certain poses. Like when people do a certain yoga pose, most of the time they cry because you keep a lot of emotions in your hips, you keep a lot of emotions up here, And I'll send you the video so you can release some of that emotions and stress and like.
Wow, thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
I'll send it to you after this. But
Okay.
yeah.
Well, okay. It's
We've
been
had-
like 55 minutes
yeah,
actually,
a long
by the
time.
way. So
So we'll just say it's a long episode. We had a lot to say on workout. Either agree or don't, or disagree. This is
I
just
mean,
what we.
let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what works for us. This is what we think. We're still learning and doing research. Don't worry. We'll
Well,
update
I mean,
you.
you went to school for that.
Not for workout though.
Well, yeah, but in medicine.
Yeah, but my type of medicine is like only like emergency medicine. Like
well.
like health stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you losing weight helps with high blood pressure and, you know, and
So,
obesity and
yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask a question off camera.
Okay. But thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. This was episode 11.
Catch us in the next one. Mind your business. We're wearing the same thing.
All right, bye.
Bye. Love you. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Okay, we're good. This is being weird.